Hello, it's Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am here because it is the 5th of the month, so it's time for our Fancy Fold Card Challenge video for July. And this month, very in keeping with the theme of my July, is Christmassy. Well, I suppose you could do it for non-Christmassy, but it's perfect for Christmas. It is called a full star border card, and I am following the instructions from Iced Images, which is for a 5x7 finished card. So if you would like to see how I created this, then please keep watching. Okay, so to make the card, you need a piece of your base card. So this is measuring 5 inches by 6 inches. And then you need 6 pieces for your star. So I've used this holographic card that's got little stars and moons on it. And these measure 4 inches by 5 inches. So I'm going to just get my scoreboard out and we're going to score these pieces because this is going to be your star. Okay, so I've got my trusty scoreboard and my score tool. So for 2 of your pieces for the star, you're going to score them at 1 inches, 2 inches and 3 inches. So 1, 2 and 3. So that's one of those. 1, 2, 3. And then the other 4, you're going to score them at 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches, 2.5 inches, and 3.5 inches. So 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches, 2.5 inches, 3.5 inches. 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 1/2, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and 1/2, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. Okay. So I'm going to want to burnish. I don't know why I like this one for scoring, but prefer this one for burnishing. This one sometimes leaves a black mark. I don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to burnish these. This is such a nice card. I think I might make one of these for my hubby and my mum. Maybe more of them. I did try and buy some mirror card that had Christmas pattern on it, but when it came, it was all different colours, and I didn't have. The only one I've got 2 sheets the same is like a brown with snowflakes on it, which I do craft with brown, but I don't know. Yeah, wasn't sure about brown mirror card. But anyway, so there we go, just doing all of these. Now, I might just pause. You don't probably want to watch me doing all that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've embellished. That's not the right word. I have done this. Can't think of the word. Oh, sorry. The brain fog is real. I've gone over all the score lines and reinforced those, and now I'm putting some red liner tape on. I think this is probably best because it's the mirror card. I'm not sure how wet glue would go with it. I think it would be harder. So on the outside tabs or panels of all of your 6 pieces for the star, you're going to put red liner tape. So for the 2 pieces that you scored at 1 inch, 2 inch and 3 inch, you've got quite a large strip. So I've done double tape on those. And then the ones that we scored at 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5 and 3.5, you've just got the little one, so 1 piece of tape is enough. So I have got all of those there. So let me just put these bits away. Okay, so I've got my base card here, and I've got one of the pieces that is got the little narrow strip. So this is the 1 of 4 rather than 1 of 2. And what the recommendation was to take part of your red liner tape down and fold it. Oh, no, I don't want it like this. Now, I have seen people do this before, but I have never done it. And then I'm going to line it up with the outside edge of the base card. So top, bottom, and all along. Stick that down. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that is stuck down. Now I'm going to fold it onto that second one. So you can see there it's flush with the outside of the base card, and then I'm folding it onto that second one. So there's line 3 and line 4. And I'm going to do the same again with this. Look at this. What I've done with my pokey tool, but something, I've done something with it. Fold that like that, go like this, and score that down. So there you have, it looks like a cube, but that's okay. That's what it's meant to do at the moment. You see that? It's like a cube. Okay, so there's that. So it's gonna, that's it when it's a star, and when it's folded flat, it's going to be sticking out there. Okay, so we're going to do the same with another one of the pieces with the narrow tabs, scored at 1/2, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. I'm just going to do the same thing. Where is my pokey tool? There it is. Now, I suppose if you hadn't done mirror card, you could just use wet glue. And that would be, oh no, I need to do it that way. So I'm going to flatten that out. I'm going to stick this right up next to that first one. Stick that down. Oh, I'm converted to this way of doing the red liner tape. That's nice and easy, isn't it? Oh, and then is that the right way? Yeah. So again, I'm going to that second one, the next one after the tab, and come back. This, I have to say, red liner tape and I sometimes don't go on very well. Okay, so there you go. 2 cubes, or is it 2 points of a star? Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on the back of the card. Don't know what I've done there, but I'm going to cover it anyway. So I'm going to take again the same pieces that we were working with. We've still not touched these ones with the double width of tabs. So I'm going to take this one, folding it out. I'm going to line it up with the edge of the white card. I don't think this holographic card is not directional, so that's quite handy. Okay, so that's now nicely done. I'm going to do it with this line here. So I'm going to peel back a bit. Again, line it up like so. So you see we've got the same thing happening front and back. And then again repeating with this piece here. I'm making my life complicated now. So I'm going to line it up. Oh, I don't know where my... That's flush, and then again the next tag, the next score line rather, and I think it's this way. I never seem to be able to tell. Here we go. Like so. So now we have you should have like X there. Okay, so we've got our X's and we've got our two additional bits which were the scored at 1 inch, 2 inch and 3 inch. So we're going to take off what am I doing? Making my life complicated without using my pokey tool. So I'm going to just fold, actually it's the other way, it's this way. I wonder if I could do it with both at once. Okay, so I'm going to take this like so, and I'm going to line it up. So this is the outside edge, is the next score line in with both bits of tape there. Like so. Pull that tape down like that. And then, so that's like, see what's happening there? You're going to end up with this bit as the middle part of your star. So then I'm going to, oh, for goodness sake, pull that bit up. So the trick with the tape is a little fiddly, but actually it does give you a wee bit more control, I think, than my usual wing and a prayer. Okay, so the same this side. I'm going to line it up with that score line and pull it down. think I've done that one a bit badly, but that's okay, it's okay. So there you go, that's half of the star. So we're just going to repeat this on this side. So pulling that over there. And this, whoops, onto there. And this is, and I'm doing it along this score line. Pulling it like that. Oh my goodness, have I done it? Pull that one down there. I guess if you had really thick red liner tape, you could just do the one strip, but it's not too much of a fiddle doing it like this, actually. So then folding it like that, lining it up, pulling it down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. A star. So there is your star. From the top you can see it. It's white inside. That's okay though. And yeah, I think it looks quite fabulous. Now, before I get to the rest of the base card, does anybody else have a terrible bother with these and the static of them? The only way I can deal with them is to get my sellotape and like pick them up like so. Like this. And then kind of wrap it up like that and get it in the bin quickly before the cats decide they want to eat it. Just me, maybe. Okay, so now we've got the star bit all done, and it sits up like that and folds flat to go in the envelope. Now we need some decoration for this side. Now I have used white cardstock, so I can just leave that blank on the back, and that's where I can write my message. But I have got another, maybe it's too bling, but I don't know if there's such a thing as too bling. So for this mat, I've got, this measures 3 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches, and then I've got a panel to go on top of that, which measures 3.5 by 4.5. And if I had coloured cardstock, I would have done the same again for the back, only this panel would be white, and that's where I could write my message. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to glue that down if I can. Remember where I put my glue. Oh my goodness, pause. Okay, I found my glue and I remembered this is a card for my mum, so I needed to die cut that as well. So before, I'm going to put the mat on. Now, if I had been smarter, I could have cut some bits out of the middle of this, but I wasn't that smart, so stick all that on there. And then this one I'm going to keep it off till I've put all my bits on. So I've got Happy Christmas, Mum. And I've got a whole load of stars from different... I've got some silver glitter, some in the same holographic, and some blue mirror. I'm just wondering if I might do a little panel in the middle there, though. I think I will. Okay, so I have cut the Happy Christmas Mum out of the holographic and the navy card, and I've just done like a drop shadow, and then I'm just cutting that into a little panel, which is going to cover the gap that I left there. I think I might do a thin layer of the blue. Actually, no. I think I'll do a thin layer of the silver sparkle. Then the blue. And put that on there. This one here. It's not very straight. That's not too bad. Then I can pop that onto there. Maybe with some foam pads. I've got them somewhere. Determined to use this pack of foam pads during the month of July. Right. Oh, they're quite sticky. So I'm going to pop this on, and then I'm going to see where I want to put the stars around it, just to add a little bit more sparkle and bling. So stay put. These will stop sliding about once the glue is actually dried. Okay, so that's on there. One sticking out. Now, okay, so now I can put that bit in the recycling. I just need to decide how the stars are going to fit. Goodness, they're quite fiddly. Okay, maybe something like this, and maybe some little noodle drops. Let's do that. I can't wait to see what everybody else does with this. I'm sure there will be some fabulous, unique ideas. I feel like I've been quite boring and just followed the instructions for this one, but that's why there's so many of us. So I hope that you'll check out the other ladies in the description box below. They are a very Very creative group. Now what about if I could tuck a little one in there. It's just so it's peeking out, and then maybe this one. Oops. It's the thing, once you start getting glue on your fingers, it is tricky. So there we go. Now I'll just stick this one onto this panel, like so. And then let me get a wee envelope. I think the idea is this could fit into a standard 4x6, so let us check that out. Oh, will it go? Will it go? It's a wee bit tight. Actually, that's okay. Now, probably that would take a large stamp, I think, if I were to post it. But as it's for my mum, I don't need a stamp because I will hand it to her. So it comes out and it pops up, and then from the front, that's what it looks like. I'd love to know what you think, and if you're going to have a go with this, then please let me know in the comments. The good thing is, if you're on Facebook and if you want to join in, you can share a photo on our Facebook group for the challenge, which is linked in the description box below, or you can make a video and use the hashtag and we will see it. I think if you use the hashtag and tag Monica, Paper Mona, then she'll definitely spot that you've participated. But I think that's quite cute. It's not massive, but it definitely has a wee bit of pizzazz about it. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing what you think in the comments, and I'll be back very soon with another crafty video. Bye now.